Hey there, Deluxe fans. Hope you're feeling exceptionally magical today. Not too long ago, Disney released our very first look at its upcoming feature-length animated film, Strange World, and it looked amazing. The trailer was stylized to create a nostalgic feeling for Disney's older audience, and it did not disappoint. Today, we are taking a look at the trailer for Strange World, and we'll be breaking down everything we know about the upcoming movie. Be sure to stick around until the end to hear what we think is going to happen in this most recently announced Disney film. The first trailer for Strange World gave Disney fans a great look at their upcoming animated film. The trailer was created in the style of an old vintage science fiction movie. In fact, the entire concept of the movie seems to be very reminiscent of old Pulp Fiction sci-fi stories. And in case you didn't know, Pulp Fiction isn't simply an amazing movie directed by Quentin Tarantino. It also happens to be a genre of fiction magazines from the early to mid 1900s. Pulp Fiction was typically action-based stories that were published and printed in cheap magazines that used a form of paper known as wood pulp paper. It was given the name Pulp Fiction after that particular type of paper, and one of the most popular subgenres of pulp magazines and novels was science fiction. And if you take a look at some of those Pulp Fiction posters, you can immediately see where Disney pulled their inspiration from. The Strange World trailer opens up in black and white, with a backdrop that sounds like it was straight out of a 1970s alien adventure film, with large block letters flowing across the screen and a narrator that sounds like he should be announcing sporting events. It checks all the boxes for a nostalgia-inducing sci-fi movie trailer. As the narrator announced the name of the film, Strange World, the trailer slowly faded into cover, and we got our first look at the pastel color palette that the animators chose to use. And as a viewer, you can't help but get excited as the narrator builds up the adventure by saying, "Travel past space and time, to a place of infinite mystery, unlike anything you've ever seen." And I must say, the narrator was absolutely right. While the film clearly takes its inspiration from old space films and novels in the way that it was stylized, you can see that the creators of Strange World took their time to create a universe that was totally unique, with amazing looking creatures that I myself never could have imagined. And at about 35 seconds into the trailer, you can hear the first voice line from the main character of the movie, Searcher Clade, and he said what a lot of us viewers were thinking at that moment while watching the trailer: where in the world are we? It's at this time that we begin to see the main cast of characters interacting with the world or planet around them, and all of its unique inhabitants, such as the adorable looking blue blob-like character that is seemingly going to be the cute companion that Disney designed for Strange World, which is likely going to be providing us with hilarious and heartwarming moments. As the music in the background of the trailer began to build to a crescendo, we get to see the first glimpse of who we presume is going to be Searcher's wife, Meridian Clade, as she seemingly leapt onto the back of a pterodactyl-looking creature. Meanwhile, Searcher, who is now narrating the trailer, is explaining what many believe the main focus of the film is going to be. Clade can be heard saying, "We are in way over our heads. I'm not an explorer, I'm a farmer," which is followed by him yelling to another character that we need to get out of here. The trailer wrapped itself up with a glimpse at some of the characters' personalities, along with more amazing visuals from the movie that only made us want to see it even more. And finally, it faded to black to reveal the estimated release date of fall 2022. But don't worry, we have a more accurate date for you guys, which we will be talking about in just a moment. For now, let's get into everything that we know about Strange World thanks to the trailer and insight from the creators of the film. Like most Disney projects, Strange World had been in the works for some time before being announced. It took a lot of time to come up with an enticing story, along with developing a quirky cast of characters that will help pull people into the film and seemingly bring the animated movie to life. Well, while the project was being written and worked on prior to the official announcement of Strange World, the project was actually referred to as Searcher Clade, which is not only the name of the movie's main protagonist, but was also the working title for the movie before transitioning over to Strange World. Strange World was written by Ke Nguyen, a famous playwright, screenwriter, and TV writer. This isn't Ke's first animated film that he's worked on for Disney either, as he was responsible for creating the story and screenplay for Raya and the Last Dragon, which was released last year in 2021. He had also been credited for his work as part of the creative leadership team that worked on Encanto, and much like the writer of Strange World, the film's director isn't new to Disney either. Don Hall has been working as both a writer and director for Disney since the 90s. He has been credited for helping write the story for Tarzan, the screenplay for Meet the Robinsons, along with directing Raya and the Last Dragon, Big Hero 6, and more. Having worked together before on Raya, both Ke Nguyen and Don Hall had an idea of what it would be like working with one another when they began working on Strange World, or Searcher Clade as it was called when they started the project. And if the film is anything like Raya, we viewers are in for an action-packed treat. Now, not much is known about the movie itself, and even less is known about where it is supposed to be taking place. While it seems pretty clear that Strange World is set on another planet, we don't know what planet that's supposed to be, where in the universe it's supposed to be located, or even what time period the movie is supposed to take place in. This means that up until the release of the movie, all we can do is theorize what the exact plot and setting of the movies will be. And believe me, we have a few theories, but we will get into that momentarily. Disney's Strange World has been announced for the fall season of 2022, but according to Disney, they have a more accurate date for us. As of right now, the release date for the movie movie is going to be on November 23rd, 2022. However, it's important to note that sometimes the release of films will get pushed back a few weeks if there are any unforeseen circumstances. That seems unlikely here though, since they are officially releasing trailers and teasers for the movie, which means most, if not all of the editing is finished and the last minute touches are being put in place as we speak. Along with the release of Strange World's first teaser trailer, the executives at Disney have also announced the first of the cast members that will be using their voices to bring the movie's characters to life. So far, they have only officially announced one of the cast members, who happens to be the voice of the film's main character, Searcher Clade. This doesn't mean we don't know anything about the rest of the cast, however. After doing some digging and scrolling through IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, you can actually see another cast member listed as well. And on top of that, the creators of Strange World have also released the names of most, if not all, of the supporting characters that we will see throughout Disney's sci-fi adventure. But first, let's start with the big reveal, Searcher Clade and the man behind the voice. If you didn't recognize the sound of his voice from the trailer, you will almost certainly recognize his name. But Searcher Clade is actually being voiced by Jake Gyllenhaal. Gyllenhaal has been acting for nearly 31 years, with his first appearance in cinema being in the 1991 classic City Slickers, where he played the character Danny Robbins. Since then, Jake has gone on to star in massive blockbuster hits, such as Donnie Darko, The Day After Tomorrow, Jarhead, Zodiac, and more recently he appeared as the Marvel villain Mysterio in Spider-Man Far From Home. Gyllenhaal is a major name in Hollywood, and for the first time ever is bringing his voice over to Disney. In Disney's Strange World, Jake Gyllenhaal will be the voice of Searcher Clade, a self-proclaimed farmer who comes from a family of explorers. He, unlike the rest of his family, doesn't feel the need to explore, and certainly doesn't find excitement in the daring and dangerous like the rest of his family appear to. Being the main character, it seems like the story is going to follow Clade as he learns to open up and become more adventurous like his family, though he will also likely teach them all a lesson or two along the way as well, since that tends to be Disney's recipe. And as I mentioned, there is another cast member listed online for Strange World, though it hasn't officially been announced yet, and that would be Alan Tudyk. Tudyk is another actor who has been around since the 90s and has been credited for 139 acting roles. You might recognize him from the 2001 medieval hit A Knight's Tale, or possibly even his role in Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. Alan Tudyk has appeared in Disney and Pixar films in the past, so you might know his voice from Zootopia, where he voices Duke Weaselton. And while his character hasn't been listed yet, he has been credited as a voice actor in the film. And if I had to guess, I would say that he will most likely be the voice behind Callisto Mal. Though considering the fact that he's been known to voice act for animals as well, just like he did when he was Hey Hey, the chicken in Moana, there is also a chance that he will be the cute blue blob creature that we had mentioned before. But I'm leaning more towards him being Callisto. As far as what we believe is going to happen in Disney's latest animated adventure, we have a few ideas based on the information that we know so far. As of right now, all that is known about the plot for Strange World is that action-adventure film is going to be a journey that dives, and I quote, deep into an uncharted and treacherous land where fantastical creatures await the legendary Clade, a family of explorers whose difference threatens to topple their latest, and by far, most crucial mission. Along with that, we also have a list of the Clade family members. There is Searcher Clade, our main character, then there's Meridian Clade, Searcher's wife, and Ethan Clade, their 14-year-old son. There's also going to be a character named Callisto Mal, whom we mentioned briefly a minute ago, and Captain Calypso Khan. Beyond that though, there isn't any more information about the plot or what sort of roles the characters will play. And while the trailer gave us a bit of insight as to what we should expect, most of the film has been left up to speculation, at least until Disney releases more info. We know that the Clades are going to be paying a visit, likely an unexpected one, to a strange new world that has never been explored. No one knows where this planet is, and I think that the Clades, or at least Searcher Clade, was never intending on going there, hence why he sounds so concerned in the trailer. Perhaps the spaceship that the family used to travel to the planet gets stranded in some way, and the Clades are essentially trapped on the planet. This would likely mean that the movie would follow Clade as he tried to figure out a way to get him and his family off the planet and back to their farm. Another interesting theory that is floating around on the internet is that the family didn't actually go to another planet, and instead is inside of some sort of living organism on a microscopic level, and the planet that we were seeing was actually their biological ecosystem. The main reasoning behind this theory seems to be based on the fact that a lot of Pulp Fiction sci-fi novels actually involve the main character shrinking down and going into a person to save them from some sort of virus or disease. Personally, I don't think that's the case with Strange World, however. I think that the film is going to involve space travel, with the Clades finding themselves trapped on a foreign planet and doing everything that they can to survive and escape. No one will truly know though until another trailer with more information is released. I think the only thing we can say with certainty is that Strange World, much like Raya and the Last Dragon, most likely won't be a musical. Sadly, that's all the information that we know about Strange World, but we can be sure to expect more in the near future. And as more information comes out, we will have more to break down for you. What do you think about Disney's upcoming animated film so far? Are you excited to learn more about it? Be sure to let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. As for now, that's all Disney fans. Let us know what video you'd like to see next in the comments, and like and subscribe for more magically packed videos.